Welcome to the Master Cars Pro channel. Today we'll talk about the problems and weaknesses of Volvo XC40. To many, Volvos are seen as being well thought out, fit for purpose, cars that are also very safe, but there have been a few desirable and stylish examples such as the P11 1800 480 ES and C30 Cup that have bucked this stereotype, albeit at the expense of practicality. However, a host of good-looking Volvo SUVs, such as the XC60, XC90, managed to satisfy both criteria. None more so than the smaller, more compact XC40, a car that oozes style both inside and out, and can be had for a decent saving over what they cost when new in 2017. When we gave it our overall car of the year award, it offers a wide range of engine options too. Under the bonnet, to begin with, as a range of 2.0 liter 4-cylinder petrol and diesel engines. Petrols on offer comprised 154 bhp T3, 187 bhp T4, and 244 bhp T5. Downsized 3-cylinder 1.5 arrived in 2018 as a direct replacement for the existing T3 upgraded in 2019 to 161 bhp. The smaller engine allowed for a slew of plug-in hybrids to join the range in 2020 with the 204 bhp T4 and 258 bhp T5 recharge models. A fully electric recharge T8 with a range of around 250 miles also arrived in 2020, as did an entry-level 127 bhp to T2 petrol. The existing T4 and T5 petrol engines gained 48V mid-mild hybrid technology and a boost in power to become the 194 bhp B4 and 247 bhp B5 models. There are also two 2.0 liter diesels, the 148 bhp D3 and 187 bhp D4. These diesels, however, were dropped in late 2020 in preference for the plug-in hybrid models. Trim start off with entry-level momentum. This comes with lots of goodies, including cruise control, dual zone climate control, 9.0-inch tablet touchscreen, digital instruments, 18-inch alloy wheels, LED headlights, and rear parking sensors. Next up is the sportier art design. This adds seats trimmed in leather and nubuck, power folding door mirrors, privacy glass, and ambient interior lighting. The more luxurious Inscription model completes the range with an electrically adjustable driver's seat, front parking sensors, and electric tailgate with trim inlays and a crystal gear selector on automatic versions. Trimmed with Pro at the end of the name add adaptive LED headlights, heated front seats, and electrically adjustable passenger seat with memory function, headlight washers, heated windscreen, 19-inch or 20-inch alloy wheels. Options worth seeking out include the convenience pack for its extra practicality. On the road, XC40 is a smooth and harsh performance with a low level of wind and road noise, helping you to make the interior a noticeable, refined place in which to spend time, and most engines provide more than enough oomph. Flinch it through a series of bends, and the XC40 reveals itself as competent, and though not inspiring, it leans a fair bit, and the steering, while reasonably quick, is a little imprecise, but there's plenty of grip. The car rides well, being composed and breezing over the road ripples easily, although oddly is rather better on the sports breezing over suspension fitted to our design models than the softer dynamic suspension. Our experience of the car on the optional adaptive suspension suggests it's not worth seeking out a car with this fitted. Inside, you'll find an excellent driving position with good visibility, a comfortable seat, and plenty adjustment. The standard digital instruments prove too easy to read at a glance, and because the minimalist dashboard design carries few physical buttons, it's easy to interpret those that are there. However, you do have to access quite a lot of functions through the infotainment touchscreen. This can be a faff, but at least the screen crystal clear. When it comes to interior quality, XC40 is exceptionally classy. All the surfaces that you interact with regularly feel suitably upmarket thanks to plush, soft-faced materials, smart wood, vinyl, or metal highlights. Everything feels robust too, so it should stand the test of time and demands of family use. There is plenty of space up front, while rear passengers have enough leg and headroom, although rivals such as the BMW X1 and Volkswagen Tiguan offer slightly more. On paper, the XC40's boot is smaller than those rivals too, but in everyday use it's wide, deep, and easily accessible with a useful underfloor storage area. If you're interested in finding and use the XC40 or any of the other SUVs mentioned here, head over to the used car buying pages to find lots of cars listed for sale at great prices. On paper, the most economical XC40 is the diesel 2.0 D3 with an official combined fuel consumption figure of 47.1 mpg. The more powerful D4 gets close to 44 1 mpg. The best performing petrols are the T2 and T3 models, with each returning 40.4 mpg. The regular T4 and T5 petrols offer the worst figures at 35.3 mpg and 34.0 mpg respectively. Things improved with the mild hybrid B4 at 39.2 mpg, while the B5 manages 36.7 mpg. In order to achieve something close to the 134.5 mpg figure quoted for the Recharge T4 and T5 plug-in hybrid models, you'll need to regularly charge the car and utilize its electric motor. All the electric T8 XC40s have a 78 kWh battery that can accept 150 kW charge for 10 to 80% recharge time of roughly 30 minutes, while 7 kW volt charger at home will take 12 hours to refill an empty battery to 100%. Insurance costs are fairly low for the XC40. Laden assets with safety and security kit, Wells safety record helps to keep the car in the 30-33 groupings. An annual road tax will be the same for all models registered after the tax changes of April 2017. It's worth making sure the on-the-road cost of the XC40 you're looking at didn't creep past 40,000 pounds when it was new, because at this point it'll attract an extra luxury car tax surcharge. Servicing costs are reasonable, and you can opt for a number of servicing plans for your used car that can help you spread the cost. It may be an SUV, but forward visibility is never really an issue thanks to large windows and commanding seating position. However, despite big door mirrors and standard rear parking sensors, the rear pillar can obscure some obstacles, so check the extremities for any scuffs and dents picked up in tight supermarket car parks and urban rat rounds. Also check the alloy wheels for any curb damage and that the tailgate operates correctly if it's electric. The AEB system, which is supposed to apply the brakes when the forward collision sensors detect an imminent collision, might not actually do so. A software update is all that is required to sort the issue, and it applies to V60, S90, V90, XC40, XC60, and XC90 models built after 21st January 2019. The fix can be completed by any Volvo dealer, and owners should have been in contact regarding this. However, you can also speak with your local retailer. For further information, a problem was found with the vehicle connectivity module VCM that sends the location information to the emergency services after a collision. It applies to cars constructed between 6 October 2016 and 30 October 2018. Any Volvo dealer should be able to perform a software update to fix the issue for you. The rear seatbacks might not remain in the upright position because the lock strikes might be missing on both sides of the bench. The small number of examples built between 21st June 2018 that are affected by this recall will need to have the strikes fitted to resolve the issue. Any Volvo dealer will be able to do this for you free of charge. One of the nuts securing the brake booster, that's part of the vehicle's braking system, could be missing on a small number of examples made between 29 November 2019, 21st February 2020. Speak to a Volvo dealer to find out if your XC40 is affected by this. In the most recent Vodka reliability survey, petrol version of the XC40 proved to be slightly more reliable than diesel models, coming in 5th and 8th places respectively out of a class of 25 family SUVs. Meanwhile, Volvo as a manufacturer ranked in 2016 in the same survey out of 31 brands would seek out the D3 variant. This 148 bhp 2.0 liter diesel sounds a bit grumbly at idle, but quietens down on the move and transmits little vibration to the car. It'll whisk you up onto motorway speeds easily enough and should be more economical than the D4, which is lumbered with 4-wheel drive. If you mostly do shorter urban journeys, go for the 154 bhp T3 petrol. It should have all the performance you'd need without being redundantly thirsty. The only point of note is that in 2019-18 the engine went from being a 2.0 liter 4-cylinder unit to a smaller 3-cylinder 1.5. Both produce 154 bhp up until 2019, when it got a boost to 161 bhp. Well equipped, sporty looking and reasonably priced, R design is our favorite trim because this version handles better on its sports suspension than the rest of the range. Don't bother with the Pro version of this trim level because that'll give you 20-in wheels that spoil the ride. The BMW X1 in its latest guise is a deservedly popular SUV with a spacious, practical and high quality interior. You also get a fine handling car and a class-leading infotainment system. It's not the quietest car, but it does feel larger than the XC40. The Volkswagen Touran is one of the best-selling cars in this segment. It has a spacious and practical interior, is good to drive, and has plenty of kit as standard. Against that diesel engines are gruff and is quite pricey even used. Well, if you are the owner of this car, then please describe the problems that you had to face during the operation of the car. Perhaps it is your feedback that'll help viewers when choosing a car. That's it for today. Thanks everyone for attention. It isn't much work for you to subscribe to the channel. See you soon.